Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Bert's here, going through the first playthrough of F1 Manager 2024 as team principal Ricky Bobby with jeangirardracing. We've got the Temple of Speed coming up next. Monza, round 16. Super stoked about this race coming up. Hopefully our car upgrades we've made so far this season will help us out. Definitely gonna need some high speed performance. However, the turns are mostly, I guess the first one is low speed, kind of low medium for the second one. So yeah, we might be in an okay spot. It looks like all of our car parts passed, which is awesome, actually. The first time I think that's ever happened. So very good to see there. And we can check out the previous race results from last time out. Isaac and Oliver Behrman taking podium positions. So definitely need to keep an eye on those two boys. We might need to switch Danny out at the end of the season. He's been doing good. He's got our first podium so far, so I don't want to speak too soon. But we got to keep an eye on him. We got to keep an eye on him because he has degraded his performance over the past. Where is that? Can we? I know there's a better way to look at these. Hopefully. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, low development rate. He's very aggressive. Yeah, there was a previous menu that gave us kind of a little bit slightly better of a breakdown of the points, and I noticed that these of what they're showing are slightly different sometimes than what we get in the what we get in our messages. Don't know. Let's see if I can find one really fast. Staff survey, monthly car, affiliate drivers, driver development update. So you can see here kind of the same things that we can see. I wonder if it's going to lose our spot here, but in a slightly different order, and I feel like the numbers are also just a little bit different. So yeah, I don't know. We can see that Danny is dropping performance. So if that continues to happen throughout the rest of the season, we might have to get rid of him, unfortunately. It looks like we got a new email requiring our response. Factory fire. What is happening? So we should not continue to manufacture. Obviously, we have to acknowledge this. So everything is shut down for 11 days. Which is unfortunate because we won't be able to begin our next design until after the fire has been mitigated, unfortunately. But let's just keep on cruising. Let's jump into the race weekend and get straight in to Monza, the Italian GP. I believe it's gonna be a one-stop most likely. We're still doing pretty solid in the constructors. However, McLaren's starting to creep away, but we did gain some good headway when we got the podium, and Lando finished a few places behind us, and we took Richard out at Spa. So looks like we're about 60, 70 some odd points or so behind McLaren. So if we can, it's gonna be tricky. I think they're a bit too far away now, unfortunately, for us to catch them back up, but we'll see. One stop at Monza, most likely. It's definitely, actually, let me back out of this. Can I not? Looks like I cannot back out of this right now, unfortunately. It's all right. I was just gonna check on some of the car part conditions and maybe make some changes to the powertrain units, but I think we need to continue using these units that we have available as long as we can, because I have a feeling we're gonna have to start purchasing them soon, and we don't have a bunch of money coming in, so we got to be very, very mindful now that we're getting into the back half of the season about how much money we're spending. And it looks like Monza's gonna start off being a little wet weather weekend, a continuation of Zandvoort last time out. We'll see. Track definitely looks wet. Let's see what the weekend weather conditions have in store for us. And yeah, heavy rain P1 and 2, but pretty chill the rest of the race weekend. So let's go ahead and get these practice sessions knocked out, and I'll bring you back when we jump into quali. Welcome back, everyone. Got practice all finished up. Got Oscar dialed in to 100% across the board. Could not quite get Danny there. Very tricky. I was playing around with it at the end and I was going backwards, unfortunately, so I just kind of left it here at 95%. Got both cars with the best available parts we have available on, and we are ready for qualifying. Did a little miniature quali simulation lap, couple of laps with Oscar towards the end, and did pretty well. So we will see what happens in actual qualifying. Go ahead and jump into the race and see how the boys did in quali. Hopefully we did pretty well. There's the old track right there off to the bottom right hand side. Very old school, heavily banked corner there. Pretty sketchy. So with the addition of the new track has brought some great racing sense. Although I wish the first chicane wasn't there, and I wish they just came full blast down the start-finish straight into that first corner at the end. But I understand why the first chicane is there, to keep everyone calm and chill and not have the cars go flying off the track. So let's see where the boys landed. Go ahead and skip here, and P12 and P13. Ooh, outside the points. Not good. Not good. Looks like we got similar strategies with both. Definitely the one stop is the way to go, so pushing aggressively, unfortunately, probably isn't the move. Yeah, so this is definitely the best one. I mean, that's not much different there. Taking the medium a bit further, and we'll see. I think we'll stick with the original strategy here and maybe wait a couple of laps to pit. It looks like it's the exact same strategy for both drivers here, and a little different for Oscar if he comes on it a little early. So very interesting. Let's edit this. Let me see. Oh yeah, 1 second slower. Back one. We'll just leave it there. We'll leave it there and make changes when they arise. Let's go ahead and get the pace mode pushing. Not too aggressively though, because we're not going to have much tire to spare, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Monza, Italian GP. Super stoked. 2 Red Bulls, of course, on the front row. Ferrari close behind. We got to design some more parts, but we're also getting to a point where we might need to start purchasing some new powertrain components, unfortunately, and those are not cheap. I mean, the gearbox is the cheapest of the 3, and that's at $1 million. So looks like both McLarens. Looks like McLaren up on the second row. I'm gonna guess Norris there, and Richard right behind in P5. So McLaren making some strong moves. It's very possible that some teams may have taken some new powertrain units this race, but we did not. So we got both the boys. Oscar's gonna make the move. I don't hate it, and Danny's gonna lose out quite heavily there, unfortunately. Not good to see. Oscar pushed him a little bit wide. Russell has an issue, so Danny's got some catching up to do. And pretty much everyone starting on the medium except for 3 drivers. So this is going to be a long race indeed. And Oscar making quick work of Hamilton there. showing a champion that the young blood has what it takes to become one. We just got to get Oscar. We just got to get the car right for Oscar to win. Oscar doing pretty solid right now, behind Stroll. Let's go ahead and bring the battery back down, because we do burn it up quite quickly here at the Temple of Speed. And we got to keep Lewis behind. We are a second away from Lance now, unfortunately, and DRS is now enabled. So it's going to put Lewis directly into contention with us, unfortunately. And the two Williams are not far behind. As we can see, Alex is right there. Oh, we're going to have a little traffic jam here. We're gonna, can we keep it here? Can we keep it here, Oscar? Oh, Lewis is showing us how champions do it, unfortunately. Still got some learning to do, but we gotta put Oscar in the better car. That's alright. It's alright. Hang in there, brother. Just hang in there. Gonna be a long race indeed. Long race indeed. Let's jump on board here. Danny has not made any more positions up, unfortunately. And Sargent's on hard. And Juan Manuel has not been driving too well recently. And we're going to be in a DRS chain with Hamilton here, which is good, because hopefully we can stay with him and creep a little closer up to the cars in front. Go ahead and bring the tires back down to standard. Let's push the fuel a little bit here. I'm going to burn the fuel into about a negative 0.2, 0.3. And then let that chill, but not pushing on the tire may hurt us here. We'll see. Starting to lose a little ground to Hamilton. We do have the DRS, and our DRS is quite effective with the rear wing we put on. And it's just a little traffic jam every time we come up to this first chicane. That's alright. Keeps us a little bit closer to the cars in front, so as long as we can stay with Lewis in the DRS zones, we might be okay. Cars in front of Lewis throwing some sparks. George and Alonso going at it, and Ricciardo, oh, I just missed it. Ricciardo gets around Juan Manuel, and that's going to put Valtteri in front of him as well. So Danny's starting to catch back up a bit. Got a good run here on Sargent. He's going to send one up. Ooh, we thought about it. We thought about it. Danny's going to get DRS. Going to be pretty strong here. Hopefully we can get around the Williams pretty quickly and get right back behind Oscar. And Sargent going to make a move on Albon there on the hard tire. Sargent's saying, if you can't pick up the pace, Alex, I'm going to have to. Is Danny gonna do it? Thinking about it. Getting a little too far back. It's alright. These two boys going at it is gonna give us a bit better of a run here. Pull out a little early, get the DRS. Uh-oh, here we go. Is he gonna do it? Danny's definitely gonna have to send it up on Sargent. Yes, sir. Let's hang on to it. Let's hang on to it. Yes, sir. Nice work, Danny. All right, getting them back, getting them back. What do we start? 12 and 13. Yeah. So Danny was 12, Oscar was 13. So Oscar's up 1, Danny's down 2. We gotta keep both boys cruising up. Looks like Oscar's right behind Lewis. Ooh, perfect timing. Sent it up the inside. Oscar took that one away and gonna snatch the DRS from him. Let's bring the fuel back down to balanced here. Let's watch that on the replay, most certainly. Gonna get the front wing replay here. Oh, got the much better run. Got the better position. Is just gonna hang on to it and say, excuse me, Lewis, coming through.
Sweet.
Sweet, mate. Pardon me. He just got chopped. And now that puts Oscar right on the tail of Alonso here. That is perfect. So we're doing pretty good. And as the fuel burns away, gotta keep the fuel burning at Monza.
Can you just check the deployment? It's
Uh
a little
oh.
bit
ERS
funny
is Oh no, we got an ERS fault.
Yep,
That's not good. ERS is in. It's not in
Are
terrible.
you kidding me?
38%. It's not in that bad of a shape. So. Oh, crap. That's not good. But we're making moves on everybody.
Nice.
Good job. Car ahead of you is Alonso.
Nice work. We got around Russell there. Let's watch the replay while the ERS is rebooting. Looks like it's going to take quite a while. And looks like George is in limp mode, but George is going to keep Hamilton behind, which is nice for us.
Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff, mate. Chopping people left and right. You can see here the ERS is going to take a very long time to completely reboot. So we are kind of sitting ducks right now with Oscar and having no ability to use the battery. So we are just pure, raw, just engine pace right now. If we can stay, I think we're going to stay in DRS, and that is keeping us alive. And Oscar is mad driving. We're making ground up on Alonso. Around to the final corner. I believe this is the Parabolica. Now, man, we're not even halfway through the reboot. Man, we're almost halfway through, and we haven't lost too much ground, so you know what? That's not too shabby. Gonna get DRS. Oscar gonna say, I'm gonna come through, Alonso. I'm coming. Nice work, brother. Nice work, Oscar. Oscar's showing some pace, showing he's not scared to fight with the big dogs. But you can see there, that's where the battery's gonna kill us, not being able to get that instantaneous boost right out of the corner.
Still plenty of opportunities.
But that's all right. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there.
Overtaking is very, very difficult.
Yep, very difficult. That's all right, brother. That's all right. We're making up places. We're making up positions. We got good race pace. Looks like second half season. Oh, Danny Rick getting around Lewis there. Let's check that out on the replay. And we got a big... Is that going to be Oscar leading the DRS train? I believe it is. That's all right. That helps Danny Rick make some moves back up.
Alrighty. Nice.
Nice work. Both our boys making up some places, so that's good to see. Danny Rick back to where he started, so he's neutral. Oscar has made up 3 places. We have George behind. It's alright though, because even if he gets by, we're going to still have DRS. And we're getting close to the battery being completely reset. I'm going to go ahead and back out here and speed things up a bit and let this fuel come back to neutral and let Oscar's battery reset and kind of settle into this first stint here. Let's see what happens. Is he going to send it up to Alonso? Oh, we got a 3-way fight here for P9. George is probably going to get the better of us, especially with the battery. And our teammate Danny's going to be right behind us, and that's where the battery's going to come in handy as well. So Oscar going to lose out twice there, unfortunately. That's all right. Battery's almost reset. Let's actually stay in here. And Lewis locked out on turn 2. So we're not that far from the cars in front still, which is good. Let's see what tire. We got a yellow flag. Yellow flag. That's just going to be a quick incident. Nothing crazy. Looks like Richard's burning through his. Checo burning through his tires. Everyone else kind of on a similar pace as us. And we have got the battery back. The battery has been reacquired. So I'm definitely going to back out here. Let's speed things up a bit and get to the first pit stop and see how we can stagger the boys. Alright, we are now in the pit window. Let's speed this back up just a little bit here. And we definitely need to stagger the boys. I believe lap 25 is going to be the optimal. Let's see, Fernando's definitely going to be putting in some fast laps, 148.8. He should be on this lap, I'd imagine. And we're still running pretty decent, so Hamilton's gonna pit. We're gonna stay out. So yeah, Alonso's running 2 seconds quicker now. So let's go ahead and start pushing on the tires here. Yellow flag, yellow flag. K-Mag.
Damage.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, we'll stand by.
Did we pick up some debris on that one? Oh man, that's not good. So Oscar's gonna be at a disadvantage most certainly. Speed this back up.
Copy. Okay.
So that's not gonna trigger a safety car or a VSC. That's alright. I think we're gonna bring Danny in first, since he's currently leading. Oscar has underfloor damage. So let's go ahead and bring Danny in. Confirm this. Do the same with Oscar, but we'll hit next lap, so that way it automates kind of next lap condition, obviously. Which hopefully should give one of the two, or actually should hopefully give Oscar a DRS boost on the last one. So let's push attack here with Oscar. And we are going to get DRS, especially for Norris. And what is Norris cruising on? He's on a brand new set of hards. So the good thing about Monza is it's very top speed heavy reliant. So even though I'm on a used tire, since I can catch DRS and I'm not terribly far behind Lando, I was able to make some good moves there. Or at least continue DRS. Alrighty, so that puts us back to where we started, which is alright right now. Puts us exactly where we started. And Sargent's up quite a bit, but he's on a hard tire, so he's going to have to make a stop soon. Hamilton's on a quite a 10% more used tire than we are. So maybe towards the end of the race, maybe with about 10 laps or so to go, we need to start pushing the boys. See if we can catch Lewis. So Lewis is going to be our target. Oscar has underfloor damage, so I'm not exactly sure how effective he will be, unfortunately. But we'll see. Only time will tell. I'm going to speed this back up and see if we can sneak back up to Lewis. Maybe snatch a point with Danny. Looks like Richard's got something going on, but so do we. Here we go. We got about 10 to go here. So let's go ahead and start pushing the boys aggressive here. And it looks like Lewis catches a mechanical fault there. He's on 59%, so he's got 10% less than we do. Yuki's on mediums that are going to burn up, but he's quite a ways away in front of us. It looks like there is a little DRS train from Norris. Well, I guess Yuki's in there as well. Yep, Norris back to Alonso's little DRS train, but we're a bit far away, unfortunately. And Oscar's got some damage. We maybe need to get Danny around Oscar, since his car is the cleanest. We need Danny to catch up with Lewis here. We need at least a point. But Oscar's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna not fight, you know. Lewis is pushing pretty good. We could definitely use, I mean, if we had a VSC or even a full safety, everybody would go to a soft tire, which would be fine, because then, you know, we would be able to, you know, push attack for the last few laps. Or people might stay out. Tough to say. I think we would probably be okay, comfortable. If there was a full safety, I think we're a bit too close to the end now. If there was a full safety, it'd probably be under full safety to the end, unfortunately. And I don't know if Lewis is burning his tire, but our two boys fighting each other is not good. So let's bring aggression back down on Oscar here. Try to keep Danny in front. Because we're not making, I mean, we're making a little bit of room back up on Lewis. Just a little at a time. But the more we are fighting each other, the more it's hindering us. And we were about 2 seconds away at some point there. And now we're kind of more about 3 seconds away. 2.5, that pushes back. We got 3 to go. 3 to go. Start pushing attack here, because, you know, why not? Oh, so now we're catching Lewis. We're catching him pretty good now. So I guess they finally figured out how to leapfrog and play slingshot engage. Time for some shake and bake action. Here we go. Oscar getting the slingshot from the DRS there. Danny gonna get the slingshot here. And that puts us right behind Lewis. Ooh, Danny not gonna make the pass though. Here we go, final lap. Let's actually deploy both here. Where's Oscar? So Oscar's gonna be in front. Let's go ahead and jump on.
Honestly,
Let's
I don't
watch
think we can do
the
much more.
overhead. So now that Oscar's in front, let's switch the overtake back to aggressive.
Nice to get past.
And Lewis is definitely going to be pushing. And we're on the final lap. Max is, I believe, here. I believe this is Max. And Leclerc's right behind him, and then Checo. Yep, okay. So they're on the final lap. We're going to get one more. So it's possible we can catch Hamilton, but looking unlikely at this point, unfortunately. We don't want to push any more fuel because we're probably going to run out, which is not good.
This is the last lap.
Last lap. Last lap. So Danny going to get the DRS. So now he's a bit closer to Hamilton. So let's jump on board with Danny here. Can we? Uh-oh. Here we go. A little bit of extra battery. Danny Rick, king of the late break. Honey Badger gonna send it. Oh, let's go. Let's go, sir. Hang on to it. And it looks like Leclerc gets around Verstappen there. Nice work, Danny. So now let's jump on board with Oscar. Now we need Oscar to get around Lewis. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, yes, sir. Not going to waste any time getting around Lewis. And we're too far away from Lando with Danny, but Lando does have a fault. Nice work, boys. So we did make up some places here, but not quite enough to get some valuable points, but it does look like McLaren didn't have the best finish either. So if we would have had just one more lap, we might have been able to catch Lando there. That's all right. We're gonna sneak away with 1 point. Nice work, team. Nice work, drivers. We did what we could with what we had. Did what we could with what we had. I think we can maybe get one more race out of these units. Some of these units we may need to switch over sooner than later. I think some of the other ones we can maybe get a few more races out of, but we'll see. We need to get some more parts in development. We need to get probably some more parts manufactured soon. And we're definitely going to need a new battery, I think, for Oscar soon, unfortunately. We got a new ATR period opening up right after this weekend is over. As soon as Monday begins, we can start designing a new part with some new points. And hopefully we'll have a sponsor review coming up, and we can reset our targets and our, well, I guess not necessarily our targets, but our, I guess our attendance in off-track / on-track ratings. Things that we gotta do to keep the sponsors happy, keep them fulfilled, keep money coming in so we can keep the car going faster. There we go. Danny Rick jumping 2, Oscar jumping 2. If we would have had a couple more laps, we potentially would have caught one of these and got both of our boys into the points. That would have been nice, but that is neither here nor there anymore. And it's holding strong in a solid 6-7 in the driver's slot, but Richard is right behind Oscar. Richard's doing pretty good. Richard's doing pretty good. And McLaren gonna get 6, we're gonna get 1. So they're gonna get a net 5 away from us there. So we gotta minimize that and maybe turn that around. Well, that's gonna do it, everyone. Thanks for hanging in there at Monza, the Temple of Speed. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.